Hi, this is Scouter Mom with a project for you to start a new tradition or to carry one on. In our troop, we have the tradition of having parent ribbons, so when a scout becomes a scout, he is usually given a parent pin, and in our troop, a ribbon is given to the person of his choice and the pin is placed on the ribbon. Let me show you some of the ones that we've made. Right now, these are some older versions. You can see that in these projects, the ribbons were sewed down. And then when my son and our sons joined the troop, they progressed, the materials change. Look, it can even be for a Cub Scout pack. And then finally to the version that we're using now. Our troop has chosen to use the colors red and green, which are the Boy Scout colors, but as you can see, you can choose any color that might be appropriate for your troop. The materials for this easy project, hopefully no-sew project, are a glue gun, a ruler, the ribbons you'd like, some fabric glue, the metal backings for ribbons, and I bought these at a craft shop. And I just always have my pins around because I always seem to need one. So first, you want to take your ribbon. The unfinished ribbon will be 9 inches. And I cut it. And then, to do the ribbon add-on, I find it's a little bit easier if I just lay down a strip of glue about where I want the ribbon to go. And this glue dries clear, so I don't need to worry if I make a super mess. Then I'm going to take the ribbon and lay it in the glue. And this is a time when I can kind of make sure it's straight and looks good. The ribbon's dry, so I've cut it into 2 9-inch lengths. And I've got to confess, I did this ahead of time. I folded over the end and sewed it down with my sewing machine. It gives it a little bit extra strength, and that's where I'm going to fit a hot glue gun, the backing, to be able to pin it on clothing. So I'm going to show you first how to make a man's ribbon. And traditionally it's been a mom's ribbon, but we have more and more scouts who are choosing to give the ribbon to a male parent or someone special in their life who's a guy. So we had to come up with a new design. So the top is the sewn over part, and the bottom I just flip over and I just fold the ribbon like this, and if my hot glue gun is ready, I just glue it, and we have our man's ribbon. Now I've been looking at this, and just tonight I thought, this is looking pretty boring. So I think what I'm going to do as an add-on is I'm going to take a piece of ribbon, use my glue again, and I'm going to put this over the part that I did my sewing on, just over that seam there. I'm going to take the ribbon and kind of do this, and then flip it over and glue on the other side. And I think that'll add a nice little touch at the top and not make the man's ribbon look so plain. I'll snip off the ends. This is going to be covered by the pin attachment anyway, but I want to make sure it stays. So once again, I'm going to set this aside to dry and see how it looks. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Well, let's work on the female ribbon next. And for this one, we put a bow at the top. I want the bow just about the size of the width of the ribbon. So I've got this this ribbon here that we selected. The last ribbon we used, it's out of stock now. They don't carry it anymore. So I use about this much. I go the width of my fingers to kind of get the idea. This is also where I wish I had a parent volunteer to help me with this, because I stink at making ribbons. So once I make the little loop, I think what works best for me is I take a pin and I pin it, because I'm just all thumbs. And then I'm going to take my hot glue gun again and just put one dot there just to hold it so I can wrap the ribbon around and make it look like a real bow. I've cut another section of ribbon about this long, and what I'm going to do is tie it here. I'm going to bring it around the back of the ribbon and just use the first part of a bow. And I tie it like this so it looks good. Okay, that's about the center. Hey, not too bad. There it is, and once again, handy dandy glue gun, I glue down the sides just so it stays in place while I attach it to the ribbon itself. Okay, I'm going to cut off that piece. Get the right one cut off. There. And this one. And then I'm going to lay a strip of hot glue across my seam. And so I don't glue down my bows, I'm going to stick a finger in each bow. And lay it on here. And hide that piece there. Okay, and then I'm going to finish off the bow. Like that. Now for the mom's ribbon, I make a V at the end. And so in this case, I fold the ribbon in half, and I take my scissors and cut it about a 45-degree angle. Last step, just apply the pin backing. So I take one, and I'm right-handed. So I've got to figure out, I want it to go on, let's see, this way. So I'm going to put another strip of hot glue gun, and I really make it big and thick because I want the glue to come up in these holes because it'll hold the pin backing on a lot better. So I press it down, and my pin is complete. So happy non-sewing to you guys, and hope that you're able to continue our troop tradition of making a parent ribbon.